There is a version of you that woke up this morning excited about the day. That version does not exist anymore. You do not remember when it left. Maybe it was gradual, like sand slipping through fingers. Maybe it was sudden, like a light switching off. Either way, the you that feels things fully is gone, and what remains is a hollow outline going through motions. Welcome to mild depression. 11.5% of American adults live here. You still shower, most days. You still go to work. You still respond to texts, though sometimes it takes you 3 days to answer, "Hey, how are you doing?" And when you finally reply, you say, "Good, thanks," because explaining the truth requires energy you do not have. You are functional. That is the word people use. Functional. Like a machine that still turns on even though half the parts are rusted. The things you used to love taste like cardboard now. Hobbies sit untouched. Books pile up unread. Your favorite show released a new season 2 months ago, and you have not watched a single episode because the idea of caring about fictional characters feels impossible when you barely care about yourself. Music sounds flat. Food has no flavor. Colors look dimmer, like someone turned down the brightness on the entire world. You are tired all the time, bone deep exhausted. You sleep 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, and wake up feeling like you have not slept at all. Or you cannot sleep. You lie awake at 3 in the morning staring at the ceiling while your brain replays every mistake you have ever made on an endless loop. Sleep becomes either an escape or a prison. There is no in-between. People notice, but they do not notice. You are quieter than usual. You smile less. You cancel plans. They ask if you are okay and you say, "Yeah, just stressed," and they believe you because it is easier than confronting the truth. You are getting really good at lying. Not big lies, small ones. "I am fine. I am just tired. I will be better tomorrow." Tomorrow never comes. This is manageable depression, the kind that does not knock you down completely, the kind that lets you keep standing while slowly draining everything that makes standing worth it. You are surviving, just surviving, nothing more. Then it gets worse. 4.2% of adults live at moderate. You are here now. Work becomes a battlefield. You used to be good at your job. You used to care. Now you stare at your computer screen for 40 minutes trying to remember what you were supposed to be doing. Emails pile up unanswered. Deadlines whoosh past. Your boss asks if everything is okay at home, and you nod and say everything is fine. Even though nothing is fine, nothing has been fine for months, and you cannot explain that the problem is not at home. The problem is inside your skull, eating you alive from the inside out. Relationships fracture. Your partner asks why you never want to go out anymore, and you do not have an answer that makes sense. Your friends stop inviting you to things because you have said no. So many times they assume you are not interested. Your family calls, and you let it go to voicemail because talking to them requires pretending to be okay, and you are so tired of pretending. You start avoiding mirrors. The person looking back is a stranger. Thinner or heavier, you cannot tell which. You just know something is wrong. Your face looks wrong. Your eyes look wrong. Everything looks wrong. You wear the same clothes every day because choosing an outfit feels like solving a calculus equation. You skip meals not because you are trying to, but because eating requires deciding what to eat, and then preparing it, and then sitting down and chewing and swallowing, and all of that is too many steps. The guilt is constant. Guilt for not being better. Guilt for not trying harder. Guilt for being a burden. Guilt for existing. You apologize for everything. Sorry for bothering you. Sorry for being late. Sorry for taking up space. Sorry for breathing. You have become an apology wrapped in skin. Concentration is gone. You read the same paragraph 6 times and still do not know what it says. Conversations happen around you, and you nod at appropriate intervals, but you did not hear a word. Your memory is Swiss cheese. Did you lock the door? Did you turn off the stove? Did you respond to that message or just think about responding? You cannot remember. Everything blurs together. And the thoughts start. Not suicidal thoughts, not yet, but thoughts adjacent to that. Life would be easier for everyone if you were not here. People would be better off without you. You are dragging everyone down. These thoughts are quiet at first, background noise, easy to ignore. But they get louder. This is where most people either get help or fall deeper. There is no middle ground. Either you reach out, admit you are drowning, ask for a lifeline, or you slip under the surface and sink to the bottom. Some people sink. 2.8% of adults hit severe. Getting out of bed is impossible. Not hard. Impossible. Your body weighs 1,000 pounds. Your limbs are made of concrete. The distance between your bed and the bathroom is the length of a marathon. You lie there for hours, staring at nothing, thinking about how you need to move. You have to move, but the signal from your brain to your muscles is severed. You stop showering, stop brushing your teeth, stop changing clothes. Personal hygiene becomes a luxury you cannot afford. Your room becomes a cave, curtains drawn, lights off, dishes piled on every surface. The smell does not bother you anymore. Nothing bothers you. Bothered requires feeling, and you do not feel anything except heavy. The world shrinks to the size of your bed. Work? You stopped going. You called in sick once, twice, then stopped calling at all. Friends? Gone? Family? You have not spoken to them in weeks. Your phone is full of missed calls and unread messages, and all of it feels like static. White noise. Meaningless. Eating becomes a chore you skip most days. You lose weight or gain it, you do not know which, because you have not looked at a scale in months, and mirrors no longer exist in your world. Sometimes you eat an entire box of cereal at 4 in the morning standing in the kitchen in the dark. Sometimes you go 3 days on nothing but water. Your body is a machine you have stopped maintaining. The thoughts are no longer background noise. They are the main channel, constant, consuming. You are worthless. You are a failure. You are a burden. Everyone would be better off if you were gone. The world would keep spinning without you and nobody would even notice. These thoughts feel true, not like opinions, like facts, objective reality. Then come the darker ones, the ones about how you could make it all stop, specific plans, methods, timing. You think about it the way other people think about vacation plans, calmly, rationally, like a problem that needs solving. And the solution is clear, obvious, simple. Approximately 13% of people with major depression attempt suicide during their worst episode. That is not a small number. That is millions of people who reach the point where ending it felt like the only option. But here is what depression does not tell you. Here is what it hides. It lies. Every single thought it feeds you is a lie. You are not worthless. You are not a burden. People do care. Life can get better. The chemicals in your brain are misfiring, and misfiring chemicals produce false information, and false information creates false conclusions, and false conclusions lead to real danger. Depression is not a character flaw. It is not weakness. It is not your fault. It is an illness, a serious one. As real as diabetes or cancer or a broken bone. Would you tell someone with a broken leg to just walk it off? No. So why do we tell people with depression to just cheer up? 87.9% of people with depression report difficulty with work, home, or social activities. That is almost everyone. You are not alone in this, not even close. 21 million American adults had a major depressive episode in 2021. 8.3% of all adults, 1 in 12. Look around, the people sitting next to you. Some of them are fighting this same fight. You just cannot see it because depression is invisible from the outside. Treatment exists. Therapy works, medication works. 61% of people with major depression receive treatment, and it helps. Not perfectly, not instantly, but it helps. Cognitive behavioral therapy teaches you to challenge the lies. Antidepressants like selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors help balance the chemicals. Support groups remind you that you are not fighting alone. Getting help is not giving up. Getting help is the opposite. It is choosing to fight back. It is saying, I refuse to let this win. And sometimes just making that choice, just reaching out, just admitting you need help, that is the hardest and bravest thing you will ever do. If you are at mild, get help now before it gets worse. If you are at moderate, get help because you deserve better than this. If you are at severe, get help because your life is worth saving even if depression has convinced you otherwise. There is no shame in taking medication. There is no weakness in going to therapy. There is no failure in asking for help. The only failure is believing the lies depression tells you and giving up without fighting back. You are not broken. You are sick, and sick people need treatment. Simple as that. Somewhere inside you, buried under all the numbness and pain and exhaustion, is the version of you that wakes up excited about the day. That version still exists. Depression has just hidden it, buried it, locked it away. but it is there, waiting. And with help, with time, with treatment, you can find it again. You do not have to live like this. You are allowed to feel better. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to be okay again. Depression wants you to believe it is permanent. It is not. It wants you to believe you are alone. You are not. It wants you to believe nothing will help. That is the biggest lie of all. Help exists. Hope exists. Healing exists. You just have to reach for it. If you stayed until the end, share your opinion in the comments. Your feedback helps us get better every time. Leave a like, subscribe for more content like this, and watch the next video on your screen. Big hug.